family. Alrighty then. It's a little cloudy out there today. Calm wind, nothing. Just calm lake. You could think that I could possibly take our canoe out on the water and do our reading out there today. But I had it in my head that I was going to go up to... Hi, Mama's boy. I was going to go up to Idlewild, to the mountains, and pick some white sage on the way up. I saw this place. Hi, Lil. Want to get on in your blanket? I brought this out. I was going to lint roll it because there was a couple little pieces of feather and lint on it. Well, there's no point in that because she's now claimed it. Anything of worth, she claims. My landlord took me all around the property to show me all the work that he's been doing, and the whole dock area is ripped to shreds, and there's all kinds of stuff being put in. It's going to be incredible when it's done, but it's a mess right now, so I don't want to bring you guys down there. And if I get myself moving, here I've got a reading that I have to do, a private reading. So I'm just going to give you guys one card for the day, since today is Sunday, and we're going to be getting the weekly reading. And remember when I said I heard the fairy oracle? I said fairy tale, but it was the fairy oracle. I was wrong. It's not what I heard. In actuality, it's what I saw. I saw a specific, I don't like when it gets so bright like that. I saw a card, and I'm smelling something funny again today. Something's off, and I have to find it. Oh, God, that drives me nuts. It wasn't the fairy oracle, what I saw. It was The Wisdom of the Golden Path by Tony Carmine Salerno. So this is what we're going to be doing our reading with today for our weekly reading. Not for our reading now. Today, I was shown Archangel Power. So that's who we're going to be working with, is the Archangel Power deck. I've had, and also in my reading, you can tell when I'm tired, I mix up my angels. Ooh, that's interesting. When I'm tired, I mix up my angels. Is that what you did? You mixed up your angels because you weren't really fully awake. And now you've realized who the angel really is, because I certainly have. Oh, we are children needing to be loved. Yes, we all are. I called, what did I say? I said with the geometric shapes that were all around Merlin, that Archangel Michael was all around. And it wasn't Archangel Michael that deals with the geometric shapes. It's Archangel Metatron. And that's who I was thinking. But I was also being, I guess my higher self told me that, no, you know what? Archangel Michael is there. He's protecting your twin. He's protecting you. And I appreciate that. So both of, even though, even when I feel like I've made a mistake, I haven't. Let's see what happens when we light our sage today, shall we? Thinking of taking my fixed up rocking chair outside on the patio. And when I said my landlord sanded it down and stained it, he didn't. He did a light, kind of white, like a light sanding, and then slapped stain all over it, so it's all botched up. He tries so hard to help. It looks a little better than it did before, but look I just noticed the back of it. And it's all sticky, and then there's something spilled all over the back. Oh my God. So message. That was very nice. He always tries to help, but it ends up being a little bit of a disaster. He's got a good heart. He's in the right place, and he's very helpful for me. And I gotta tell you guys, now look at today how I have to keep lighting it, and it doesn't want to stay lit. So that's a message. We don't have a lot of negative energy hanging on to me. So remember when I told you guys that I got all the lipstick out of my clothes, but it probably ruined the fabric of several things? It didn't. And I also figured out everything, why it happened. It was so clear, crystal clear. The puffer coat represents someone, and the puffer coat represents comfort and where I was staying. And where I was staying, there was somebody that has basically a split personality, right? There's two sides. We all have different sides of ourselves. The side that I loved, and the side that's very troubled. And it doesn't mean the love isn't there. The other side's just very toxic and not somewhere I should be. But in one pocket, I had two identical lipsticks, which represented the beautiful person. And when I went there after my trip, it was kind of like a representation of everything that happened. When the puffer coat, which would represent her, and taking me along with it, went through the wash, hot water, things got in hot water. We did. It did happen. It melted one of the lipsticks that was inadvertently left in that pocket. And when it went in the dryer, when things were trying to be cooled out, it got really hot because everything had come to the surface. I'd figured everything out, and that was the hot dryer, the hot air coming out, right? My boundaries going down, the words being spoken, the separation happening. That was basically, remember, fly away home, little bird, your house is on fire? That was it. So when that happened, it melted and got all over everything that I loved, everything that was special to me, everything that I kept. And it was something, I had something folded up in my pocket. In my dream, I watched this last night. I had something folded up in my pocket that meant something to me. That was my memories, my family back there. And I went back, and when all of that happened, the hot water happened, and then the hot dryer happened, and everything melted, and it got all over everything, and it ruined everything. It did. It got all over my family and my friends. The energy got all over all of us. It caused all kinds of chaos and upset. And it didn't destroy everything because we were determined to have a great time, but it did. It affected everyone, and it was awful. But we worked hard at it, all of us. We worked really hard at not allowing that to stick to us. And we managed to have a great time all the way through it, even though there was all that happening. In the middle of all that hot water and all of that hot air blowing out and toxic energy happening, we all worked really hard to not let it, and I worked really hard to not allow it to stick to me. And in the end, it didn't stick to any of us. We were good. We had a beautiful time. I had beautiful memories. My family and I are good. And when I looked at my clothes after I put everything through the wash and through the dryer, everything's fine. My Ganesh leggings are a little bit worn. There's a couple spots that have, I figured that would happen to the material. And that's interesting to me because Ganesh is the obstacle remover. So he worked the hardest, right? Oh, beautiful white crane flying out across the water right now. I want you to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see her. That's me. Oh, she just landed on the other side of the water. You can't see her. She's hidden right now. She's very sneaky. The crane, the white heron people. The crane, I just want you to know that the crane, the white herons, the blue herons, the blue crane, blue cranes, and the, what are the other ones? Oh, it's always right on the edge of my tongue, and I can't freaking think of what they're called. Every time I go to speak about them. Is that a cormorant? I think it is. Has gone underneath those emotional waters and has definitely come back up, right? So have I. What are those? Egrets. Egret, crane, and heron. They're all the same family, all the same message. They're the weird ones. They're the ones jack of all trades, masters of all. Don't care about dancing to the beat of anybody else's drum. Considered the misfits, the outsiders. We're the cool ones. Right, babe? Right? Right? Little snuggle bunny? Yeah? Snuggle? So, in the end, all my clothes are fine. Ganesh pants, because they did the work, they're a little wrecked, but that was my message. That's why it all happened. It was literally a representation of everything that happened out there, and the fact that, everything came out in the wash, basically. And then I watched this morning in my dream. I'm very connected to that person that I stayed with, She was like family to me as well, and I watched everything go into hell there. I watched everything happening. It's still a lot of toxic energy, and it's just best that I don't be in it. That's why, little bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire. All right, one message for you guys. Take that money, watch it burn. All the lessons. Everything. I've been losing sleep. Dreaming about the things that we can be. I've been praying hard. Me too. No more counting dollars. Soon we'll be counting stars. God. Thinking about where I'm going to go next. I want to be there with my twin. I really do. So I'm not going to worry about it because I know Spirit is making this happen. And if I need to have this place delayed here a little longer, it will. But I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to fight. Talked to a friend last night, and he said he came into this world fighting, and he's going to go out fighting. And I thought, there's things that we fight against. Yes, negative energy, toxic energy. But we don't allow... He says, what do you think about people who keep themselves in the dark, but they choose not to be of the dark? But they stay there in order to fight the darkness. And I said, they're being fooled by the darkness. There's no need for us to stay in the midst of mire to fight the darkness. That is the trick of the darkness, wanting you to stay there. We need to remove ourselves from the darkness. We fight against negative energy, and we don't do that by staying amongst it. Yeah, but I fought off so many entities. You wouldn't have to fight off any of those entities if you weren't allowing yourself to stay stuck in the mire. Your job is to learn that you don't need to fight. We have a whole spiritual team and a whole army that works with us. Yes, there are things we fight, but we don't keep ourselves in amongst the darkness in order to fight it. And if you think you're doing that, and you think it's a noble thing, you have been misled, and you are not fully awakened. You must remove yourself from that. You can't help others if you have other shit sticking to you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Okay, yeah, I like this. I like this. The one message for the day, and I like it a lot. And it's Michael. I knew it would be Michael. Thanks, Mike. Freaking love you. The 8 of Michael. Okay, so first of all, the number 8 is abundance. And it's abundance of anything that you need. Anything that you need in order to move you forward on your path, you are being brought. Okay? Because, and you don't stay in the darkness to move forward on your path. Because why? Michael is saying you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Because you're not seeing things clearly. You are not stuck. That gate is open and Michael's behind you. You can be free. You might feel like you're trapped in a situation, but it's an illusion. It's not even an illusion. It's very clear that the gate is open and you have the ability to push it. It's not locked. You got to look past your fears and open your eyes to the possibilities in front of you. The lights are on. Open your eyes. Look up. You might have a forest wrapped around you, but there are spaces in the between the trees, and there's green healing light, and you can see, and Michael is definitely urging you to move forward. Look at his blue glowing. And she's got a lavender dress. That's relationship harmony. I see the white. The white is purity and truth. You're walking on a golden path. Your foot is in a circle. Look at that. There is no rope. That is a rope, but the rope is undone. See right behind you, those chains? They're on the ground. Lift your foot out of that rope. You are not hobbled. Maybe the way of freedom for you is scary because you're lacking confidence, but that's why you need to call on Archangel Michael to help you, assist you. I've decided, I'm wearing my twin's labradorite. Lavender. He needs lavender oil. Okay, I got it. I'm wearing his labradorite charm right next to my heart, right between my chest. Because that's the closest thing this is the closest he is to me. He's in my heart. And so he will get the properties. And I get them as well. Labradorite. Remember the messages for labradorite and what you need. I'm telling you guys, if this card is coming up right now, labradorite, the way it's hard for me to say it when I'm not quite awake. Labradorite, meaning the labradorite crystal is something that you can use to help you. Because clearly you're in a position that you need this kind of protection and the energies that come from within it. So let's just do a little quick review of labradorite since I'm only doing one message for you guys anyway. But it's a very, very powerful shielding stone, and it creates a shielding force. It's got an aura, and it strengthens the natural energies that you have within yourself already. It protects against the negativities and any misfortune that befalls the world. So clearly for you, this is a member of the Feldstar stone family, if you want to know. And it's got kind of like a rainbow color, which makes me think of the rainbow after the storm, right? It's kind of a gray-green, dark gray, grayish-white, all these different layers, the iridescent, and the color that flashes is peacock blue, which is Michael's color. And then there's pale gold and coppery. So The labradorite stone, I'm just getting right now, there are things, easy things to use to get the job done. I literally just heard that on the radio. Yes, there are. Use your crystals. I keep saying lavender, so amethyst, rose quartz for healing. Absolutely, we want to have our... Oh, please, Sherri, tell me what we got again. I'm not even going to think about that right now. But for this one, it helps you enhance your mental and intuitive abilities. It helps with telepathy. It helps with you prophecy and with communicating with your higher self. So to pull you out of your fears so you can hear your higher self more clearly. It helps the negative side of our personality and the traits and the actions that we might still have within us that rob us of our energy and bring about depression or shame. It assists in reducing antisocial or behavior that is reckless. It's kind of like impulsive behavior within children, teenagers, and adults that are easily led into difficult situations by others. These are the gentle, kind of trusting ones. And it aids in detoxifying. Remember yesterday we were talking about detoxifying? It was so important you're going to be getting messages about detoxifying. Labradorite. Anything, the effects of alcohol, tobacco, any harder drugs, to a lesser degree. I mean, of course, if you're like right over the top, you've got to do a lot of other things, but it will help you. It also helps with those with healing hands, so it's definitely a good stone for me. But I'm wearing this for my twin to help him deal with everything that he's got to deal with. And he's a mirror of me, so I know what I just came out of, and I know he's in something similar. But I found my voice, and I got myself out of the toxic energy, and I will not be made to feel shamed by doing what I did. I watched last night as the story was told in a different order than actually took place. I'm not going to be led into trouble by others. I'm out of it. So for you got to find out you're stronger than you realize you are. You know, even when we get beat down. This is about committing yourself to changing your circumstances and believing that you have the ability to move forward. Yes, you do. You're not doing it alone. We have a team. So this is about, you lacking self-confidence in your own personal power. And you are not seeing things clearly. You're not. It's about self-sabotage. So you need to go outside, spend some time outside today. Please get yourself a labradorite stone. I am literally channeling this. Babe, open up. I'm channeling you. Right now, I am sending the properties of this labradorite stone from my heart straight through to yours right now. And for any of you that need to take a peek, well, that's a good one too. But take a look. I don't know what the lighting is for you guys in this. But here's my labradorite stone. Let's get this clear. All right. Take the properties of the labradorite crystal. Hold that over your third eye. Rub your third eye with your left thumb and say, labradorite in circuit. And now you've taken the metaphysical property, healing properties into circuit for you. I hope you guys were able to see that. I'm going to do this. Maybe you'll see it better like that. Okay? That's your healing for the day. Now I'm going to head out. Actually, I'm going to do my private reading and then I'm going to head off. Gosh, sorry. I got to make things come in clear. See? Because you're not seeing things clearly. So you need a little help, right? We need a little help to kind of refocus things. I noticed this morning that my reading glasses are scratched from my trip. I guess they fell in the snow, and I was thinking about it earlier. I want to get a different frame. And they're scratched. I tried to clean them, and when they're blurry, you don't see things clearly. So you need a little help. Maybe you need to put on a new set of glasses, metaphysically, right? Ooh, I got ringing in my ear right then. All right, you guys, I love you. We'll speak soon.